Hello, everyone, and welcome to Night 2 of the RPES 305 Nationals by Roya's Graphics. We're just wrapping up practice here as we'll head right into Casey Simmons' cinematography qualifying. Now we're on board here with the 115 of Dalton Scheer. Dalton Scheer had his best finish with the 305 series of a second on April 14th at I-55. And he currently sits, he just ran a 12.193, which puts him 7th quick at the moment. Dean Reynolds, whose fast qualifier last year in the 305 Nationals, just set his fastest time up front. Try to see someone that actually is on the speedway at the moment. Here we go. Here we go. Our lone Australian in the field, David Baker, in car number 04. His last lap put him 8th quick with an 11.902. His last lap was just a little bit slower with an 11.936. Still 9th quick. As 25 of the 27 cars have taken time. The only 2 cars that have not taken time yet are Connor Hembree in car number 20 and Joseph Groom in car 11. So only 2, as now Connor in car 20 will make his way to the speedway. Connor's from Elkhart, Indiana. This is his first ever start with Reigel Promotions Esports. First lap was an 11.973, puts him 14th quick. And his second lap, a little bit slower with a 12.7079. So Joseph Groom yet, well, looks like he is not going to have a time for qualifying. So 26 year, 27 cars signed in, as we got Bradley Wilson with the fastest time tonight with an 11.689, which is a brand new track record, as he does beat Tate Sanders' time that was set last night. We'll get a quick look here at top 10. Isaac Bowman gets second in qualifying. Third, Dean Reynolds. Fourth, Stephen Metcalf. Fifth, Derek Jones. Sixth, Jordan Navarro. 7th, Nicholas Moley. 8th, Fred Hoffman. 9th, Zachary Good. And 10th, David Baker. Now we'll get a look at Right Rear Racing Heat Race number 1. And speaking of it, the man himself, Donnie Watts, is on the pole in car 74 out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, racing for HC Racing. He finished 6th last year in the 305 Nationals. Trevor Trago in car number 37 from Bear, Delaware, is to his outside. And from Sydney, Australia, in car number 04 is David Baker. And going from 4th is Nicholas Moley in the 248 from Bayshore, Kansas. And Stephen Metcalf from Knoxville, Iowa, in car number 707. And your fast qualifier tonight, Bradley Wilson in car 51 from Lexington, North Carolina. And going for 7th, in the 64 from Gibbon, Nebraska, Michael Keaton. And going for 8th, the 127 of Justin Walbring from Jacksonville, Illinois.
Leader, you have control.
55 of
once you reach the middle of turns
Taylor
3 and 4 up
will
until
go
when the
from
green
your
flag
9th and final
comes out.
spot.
8 laps is the distance. Top 6 advance straight to the feature. Good luck, and let's keep it clean.
As you hear, for as always, I forgot to mute iRacing chat. As green flag is out here in right rear racing heat race number 1. 8 laps to the distance, top 6 advance. Donnie Watts bringing back the old Oklahoma paint scheme this week. He won the the 360 Nationals Best Paint Scheme Award last year with that scheme. See Stephen Metcalf from 5th to 2nd early on in this one. Stephen Metcalf is one of the few drivers that has actually won more than one race this season as we get our first yellow of the evening. It's like Michael Keaton was one of the cars involved. Might have had some wheel damage there. See, it looks like he gets sideways and ends up collecting the 55 at tail over there. Justin Walbring was lucky and he was able to get through there mostly unscathed. But Donnie Watts been able to hold the fort down up front. Stephen Metcalf, though, hard charging here early from 5th to 2nd. We did see Donnie Watts pick up his first ever Reigel Promotions Esports win back on March 28th when he won the Prelude to the Purge with the Dirt Street Stocks at the dirt track at Charlotte. And of course, Stephen Metcalf picked up the win at USA, starting from the 19th spot to win that one, and they also picked up one of the triple 20s at Lernerville back in March. Currently sits 9th in points, as should be getting the white flag, come back to racing next time around. David Baker there, his first ever start. He is also signed up for the 360 Nationals next month, so it should be fun to see what he can do when it comes to the 360s. Nicholas Moley, we've seen him race a few times with his best finish coming with the 4th at USA back on March 10th. Bradley Wilson, first ever start with us, but starting off strong by getting past time here in one of the biggest races of the year. Donnie Watts is off as Metcalf looks to the inside there right away. Metcalf hits the berm, slides up the track a little bit, and that allows Donnie Watts to get back out front. Just 3 laps to go in this one, and we have a barn burner of a battle up front. And I wouldn't count out David Baker yet either. He's on the outside looking in. Metcalf now looks to the inside once again, gets side by side going into 3 and 4. Watts will cross him back over and will just barely edge him at the line. Donnie Watts takes the win in right rear racing heat race number 1. Stephen Metcalf with a huge, right, we need to see that again. He does a huge ricochet effect after the finish there. Get a full race rundown here of your finish. Donnie Watts picks up the win by just 0.42 of a second over Stephen Metcalf. David Baker finishes 3rd. 4th, Nicholas Moley. 5th, Bradley Wilson. And 6th, Trevor Trego. Those are your 6 transfer cars. 7th would be Michael Keaton. 8th, Justin Walbring. And 9th, Taylor Senf. As Douglas Halsey in car number 3 out of Gola, Louisiana, goes from pole. And starting 2nd, the 20 of Connor Hembry. And going for 3rd, title sponsor of this event from New Hampton, New Hampshire, driving the Cadenberry Motorsports number 1, Jake Roya. He finished 9th in the 305 Nationals last year and currently is 13th in points. Fred Hoffman, who just picked up his first ever Regal Promotions win in the UMP Modifieds a few weeks back, will roll off fourth. Fifth will be Derek Jones from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And sixth, Isaac Bowman from Kinsley, Kansas. And rolling off seventh from West Pinston, Pennsylvania, in the 115 is Dalton Shear. And Rick Good from the Buckeye State will roll off eighth. Then ninth, all the way from Atwater, California, Austin Strang. Once again, 9 cars, top 6 events, 8 laps. Green flag is out on Casey Simmons Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Douglas Halsey out front early on. Connor Hembry is able to hold off Jake Roy out of turn 4, holds that second spot down. As Jake Roy this week has a paint scheme similar to David Gravel. As Derek Jones right hot on his heels in car 7. And Fred Hoffman right there as well. All 4 of those drivers are running similar lines all the way around the track. And as I say that, they fan out into 1 and 2. Derek Jones has now worked his way back into 3rd, but he kind of gets stuck in no man's land there in the middle. But the bottom is, just as we saw last night, bottom is very strong in 1 and 2. It seems like at Houston, it's the bottom in 1 and 2 and the top in 3 and 4. As Hembry hits the wall hard there, and that opens the door for the 7 of Jones. Jones just ran the fastest lap of the race, the 12.082 in the last lap, as we get a yellow, which will set up a green-white checkered finish. It looks like Rick Good was the car involved. As Rick Good looks like he was all by himself, as if he loops it into turn 1 and 2. I think he was trying to, he was trying to tow, but when the field's coming, iRacing loves to throw a yellow. Douglas Halsey, though, doing a great job to hold down the 4 up front. This is his second ever start, as he did show up to competition at Cedar Lake when we were last in action with the 305 sprint cars. Pace truck should be peeling off this time down the back straightaway. Yep, I guess we got one more lap yet. How about that gives us a moment to name a couple sponsors. As we said, Right Rear Racing sponsors Heat Race number 1. Casey Cinematography, it's Heat Race number 2. Third Party Gaming presents the green flag at every RPES event. 618 Engraving and Design presents the caution flag, fastest lap, and B main at each event. And Admin Box presents the drivers meeting each night. As the 3 should fire here right off of turn 3 and 4. Jones is right back at it. He looks to the inside, trying to hold his line. He's still got one more lap to see if he can get past the 24. That second position. They're side by side on the back straightaway. We've seen the top B where the preferred line is. He slides up, but not enough. Douglas Halsey takes the win in Casey Cinematography Heat Race number 2. We see another car do a some antics after the race. Douglas Halsey, though, takes the win over Connor Hembry. Derek Jones finishes third. Fourth, Fred Hoffman. Fifth, Jake Roya. Sixth, Isaac Bowman. Seventh, Dalton Shear. Eighth, Austin Strang. And ninth, Rick Good. As now we get into Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3. Russ Main will go from the pole in car 21 out of Waterville, New York. And going to his outside, Ty Dickinson in the 67 out of Grinnell, Iowa. He finished 11th last year in the 305 Nationals and is currently 5th in the point standings. Connor Baker out of Bridgestown, Pennsylvania, driving for 4.11 Motorsports, goes in the third spot. Fourth, the 18 is Zachary Good out of Fremont, Ohio. Jordan Navarro in the 96 out of West Pinston, Pennsylvania. We'll go from 5th and 6th at North Syracuse, Dean Reynolds. 7th, the 81 of Ryan Fail out of Hopewell, New Jersey. 8th, the 107 of Tom Main out of Latham, New York. And Joseph Groom out of Owasso, Michigan will round out the field after missing qualifying. Green flag is out on Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3. Connor Baker sitting his way to the middle. He almost comes up into the 67. It's now Dickinson. Shoots out of a cannon out of turn 3 and 4 to the point. So we have some contact in the middle there, but everyone keeps it going. Dickinson, though, leads us two are down, 6 laps to go. Dean Reynolds is now working his way through the field, as he is now into the third spot from his 6th starting position. He earned a lot of points from qualifying, and he's looking to only improve his point total by moving forward in the heat races. Ty Dickinson continues to hold off all the charges from the 111 of Connor Baker. Dean Reynolds is now inching closer and closer as the 111 washes up. That allows Dean Reynolds to get to his outside, as they should be about side by side down the back straightaway. 111 slides up, blocks the lane. Reynolds almost gets in the back, thinks better of it though. He's going to go for a slide job attempt, maybe. Nope, he thinks better of it. It's some heck of a racing up front. We got 4-car battle almost for second place. As up front, Ty Dickinson still leading the way. As he comes through on turn 4, he will win Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3. Connor Baker finishes second. Third, Ryan Field. And 4th, Dean Reynolds. And finishing 5th to be Jordan Navarro. 6th, Zachary Good. 7th, Joseph Groom. 8th, Tom Main. And then 9th, Russ Main. So now we'll move into 618 Engraving and Design, B Main. Michael Kenton will go from the pole in car 64. Dalton Shear will go from second in the 115. Joseph Groom in car 11 goes from third. 4th, Justin Walbring in the 127. Austin Strang goes from 5th. 6th is the 107 of Tom Main. Going to 7th, the 55 of Taylor Senf. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I mean, I'm trying at least. 8th is the 24 of Rick Good, and then going from the tail is the 21 of Russ Main. 9 cars, top 4 will advance out of this one to get our 22-car starting field. Still a lot of big hitters in this B main. I mean, we've seen Dalton Shear finish up front and usually starts up front almost all season, but he finds himself in this B main. It did not have that great of a qualifying effort either. Joseph Groom, another one of those guys. He finished 10th in the. He's currently 10th in the points. Had a finish of 4th at Lincoln, which I would say Lincoln's somewhat similar to Houston Speedway. And Austin Strang, we've seen him in competition a few times this year with the third-party gaming challenge series. He had an 8th place run last month in the UMP Modifieds at Fairbury. As the green flag should be out here, 10 laps of distance, top 4 advance. Michael Kenton stumbled there a little bit on the start as he gets in the wall down the back straightaway as well. Dalton Shear, though, leads out front over Joseph Groom. See if we can get some battles back in the pack. Austin Strang right now has your final transfer spot, and he is holding off over Tom May, but we have a yellow 618 engraving and design caution flag waves for I believe only the second time tonight. It's like Russ Main and Rick Good were involved in this one. You see the 64 has lost his front wing there. So the 55 probably has no clues there, as the 55 also decides to jump the berm. Yeah, tough luck there for the 21 of Russ Main. Just wrong place, wrong time. Up front, though, the 115 still leading the way. Sees let them all from the drop of the green. Joseph Groom, Justin Walbring. They're top 3 right now, and Tom Main is currently in your 4th and final transfer spot. See, even without the front wing, Michael Kenton is still keeping it clean and green in that 5th spot. He's still got a chance in this one. After this, we'll head into our Night Owl Racing League warm-up session. It's set for 10 minutes, but more likely we'll keep the track carried over, so we'll run maybe 2 or 3 minutes of the warm-up session, and then we will advance into our 30-lap A main. Green flag is out. 115 can fire anytime after the middle of turn number 3 and 4. So we have another yellow flag to come out. Not 100% sure what this one is going to be for, as it does not show rate, but it does say the 64 is going to the pits, so we'll see if something happened with them maybe. Oh, he just gets, yeah, that's what happened. He gets up into that cushion. That cushion is very treacherous at Houston's, and he gets up there, especially with no front wing. He spins it around as the other cars are coming, and that is what brought out that 618 engraving design caution flag. So he uses his fast repair, and he comes right back out onto the speedway. See what he can do from the tail. While we got some time here, when we do start our feature, when it come out, we will do our Victory Fuel 4-wide salute. And Royas Graphics is also not only our presenting sponsor of the Regal Promotions 305 Nationals, but also is our Victory Lane sponsor all year long in the 305 and 360 Sprint Car Series. Mama Bear has put up $10 each night for the Hard Charger event. Hard Charger award. Last night, the winner, Holden Allen, won the race and was the Hard Charger. winning from the 11th spot. As Dalton Shear leads us back to the green once again. Justin Walbrink slides right back into that 3rd spot. Tom Main currently in your 4th and final transfer. So we are 5 in, 5 to go in this one. Austin Strang currently the first man on the outside looking in. I was going to say he was gaining on there as Joseph Groom got into the wall a little bit. He's got to be careful, Joseph does. Austin will capitalize on any mistakes he makes as he gets sideways once again. Austin Strang now move him up into the transfer spot. Joseph, I don't know what happened. Maybe he's got some front end suspension damage, as I definitely would not think his car should be that loose in the front end. Dalton Shear though up front will get the white flag here at the line. Justin Walbrink and Tom Main solely in, as long as they don't crash, they should be good in the top 3. And Austin Strang should bring it home 4th for the final transfer spot. So it's all Dalton Shear in the 115 in the 618 engraving and design B main. He takes the win over Justin Walbrink, Tom Main, Austin Strang, Joseph Groom, Russ Main, Rick Good, Michael Kenton, and Tyler Senth will have to try again tomorrow night in the B mains. Once again, like we said, okay, Ty Diggins said he is having, Joseph Groom was having wheel issues. That makes a lot more sense, because I was going to say, there's no way that his car should be handling like that. But, like I was saying, the warm-up session presented by the Night Owl Racing League. We will not run all 10 minutes, probably only going to run about 2 or 3. But it gives us some time to go over the last couple of sponsors I have to mention. Dirt Series Promotions presents Pit Road at each Regal Promotions Esports event. They're also putting up a bonus for free entry to their Fall Frenzy series at our next late model event on July 22nd, which is the Jackpot 100. Casey Simmons Cinematography, who was a fast qualifier sponsor and heat race number 2 tonight, will give free pictures to the fast qualifier who was Bradley Wilson early on. The best appearing car, who looks like it's definitely going to be Ty Dickinson, will receive free photos from Metcalf Cinematography. Premier Racing Setups will get a free setup pack to the Hard Luck Award, which might go to Joseph Groom since he was having wheel issues. And then the driver has the most points heading into tomorrow night's races will start on the pole and receive a free wrap from Roya's Graphics. As it is now feature time for night 2 of the 305 Nationals here in 2025 at Houston Speedway. Starting on the pole from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in car number 74, Donnie Watts. Then going from second from the Bayou of Louisiana, Douglas Halsey. And going for third, the Hawkeye himself, Ty Dickinson. And going for fourth, Knoxville, Iowa, Stephen Metcalf. And going for fifth, Elkhart, Indiana's Connor Hembry. And Connor Baker in car 111 will roll off sixth. Then going for seventh, the Aussie, David Baker. Then going for eighth, Derek Jones. Ninth, Ryan Field. 10th, Nicholas Moley in the 248. Fred Hoffman will roll off 11th. 12th, Dean Reynolds. 13th, Bradley Wilson. 14th, Jake Roya. 15th, Jordan Navarro. 16th to 37th, Trevor Trego. 17th, Isaac Bowman. And 18th, the 18 of Zachary Good. 19th, Dalton Shear. 20th, Justin Walbring. 21st, Tom Main. And rounding out the field, the 33 of Austin Strang. So now they will assemble into the Victory Fuel 4-wide salute. We've had 65 different drivers from 29 different states sign up this week, and this is their way of thanking you for watching all week long. They should be just about to break off their 4-wide and get lined up behind the iRacing pace truck to get ready for 30 laps around the Houston Speedway. Well, we started with 28 cars. We've now worked it down to 22. Now we're going to see which one stands tall on the podium tonight. The only driver inside the top 6 in the starting lineup that has a win. Well, actually, even the top 10 that has a win with Reigel Promotions Esports is Stephen Metcalf. So we could very well see another new winner, just like we did last night. Well, we're just about to find out because it's showtime here at Houston Speedway. Donnie Watts holds off an early challenge from the 67 of Todd Dickinson. Stephen Metcalf throws a slider on the 3 as he blinks out there for a second. He will now set his sights on the 67 of Todd Dickinson. Donnie Watts will lead lap number 2. Metcalf is beating the boards on the top. Ty Dickinson is bottom feeding around the bottom. That allows Metcalf, though, to go right around him at 3 and 4. Now he just pulls off a huge slide job into 1 and 2. He is now taking the lead. Donnie Watts will fight back, but not enough. Metcalf to the point. Now we got a battle here for the second spot. Is now Connor Baker is right behind. He saw what Metcalf was doing on the top side, and he'll look to do about the same thing. As he gets into the back of Donnie Watts, spins around and collects Ty Dickinson. I believe everyone, at least it looked like everyone was going to keep going there for a second, but we got our first 618 engraving and design caution of the feature event. But we saw that one there. The 11 just gets sideways trying to follow in behind the 74 and just ends up collecting the 67. So tough break for both those drivers who run up front. Trying to see if there's anyone down the pit road. Does not look like anyone's in the pits at the moment. At least not anymore. Just like we said earlier, Stephen Metcalf, the only driver that started in the top 10 that has a previous victory with the 305 Sprint Car Series. And he's looking good to get his third win, which would put him solely into the second spot on the all-time win list behind Jimbo Rooney, who has 6. Stephen Metcalf will get on the throttle here. I thought he was ready to go because it looked like he was. Well, I guess we'll wait one more time until we go green. A few more sponsors still to announce here yet, though. Twisted Speed put up $5 for tonight's winner. And the 11th place finisher tonight and tomorrow night will receive a free wrap from 14M Graphics and Logos. And if anyone wins on the last lap pass tonight, they will receive $5 as part of FND awareness as the green flag is back out. Derek Jones, who we saw was very strong in their heat race, along with Metcalf, they might be the top point earners heading into tomorrow night, as he does slide job. He moves himself into the lead. He goes down and cuts off Metcalf into 1 and 2. He gets sideways because of that, and that allows Metcalf to go right back to the top spot as Metcalf blinks out there. But Jones, once again, to the top through 1 and 2. He will look for a slide job here, but Metcalf is once again going to cut down the speedway. Jones will hold the inside. He was not able to get the run that he was looking for through 3 and 4. He will through 1 and 2 though, and he'll get side by side going to 3. He once again holds the inside. He must like what he has on the bottom side of the speedway. Once again, running the berm all the way around Houston Speedway. Now he goes to the top in 3 and 4. So he finally clears him, but the yellow comes out. It's like Douglas Halsey, who started up front in this one, is the caution flag. Gets into the wall, and I don't know. Oh, that's what happened. So because he got into the wall, he ended up breaking his front end, and then usually you don't really know if you broke it until you go into the next corner. And he found out the hard way. But he may have enough time to be able to come back out and start up front. I mean, and tie the tail here before this next green flag comes out. So Metcalf looks very strong early, but now he has a challenger in Derek Jones in car number 7. Derek Jones was the leader at the line last time, so he does the gain advantage there, so he will be able to fire anytime he chooses on this restart once they get to the middle of 3 and 4. We still got some more sponsors. We got too many sponsors sometimes. So like we were saying, FND Awareness presents the last lap pass sponsor each RPES event. $5 bonus if you complete a last lap pass and win. It's because Ty Dickinson has been diagnosed with FND, which is a neurological disorder, but he has. We're running the Dickinson Challenge in 2 weeks. That'll go to support his medical bills. All the proceeds from that will. And he also is selling T-shirts online. They're available in pretty much any size that you can want, and light gray is the main color. I know myself has bought at least three of them. So definitely visit 618 Engraving and Design on the web to pick up yours. As Derek Jones will step on the loud pedal, and the green is back out. Houston Speedway is definitely Came to be a good race tonight. You could run just about anywhere. Last night, there was dominant lines at both corners. Tonight, it seems like you could run just about anywhere. As Metcalf will go back to the point here with a slide job in 3 and 4. Jones will be able to come back at him here in 1 and 2, but he holds the inside. He seems to prefer the inside line in 1 and 2. So Jones now sold possession. Connor Baker looks like he gets sideways coming out 4. That may draw a yellow, but it looks like must have kept it going as there is no yellow yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. It's like maybe Donnie Watts was the one that came in for the kill here. So Connor Baker gets sideways. Donnie Watts just has nowhere to go and does a front flip. Keeps it going though. Pretty impressive, honestly, that he kept it going. Nonetheless, though, Donnie Watts goes to the pits, gets his fast repaired. I'm sure Connor Baker is going to do the same. Good news for him is, though, he was able to drive to the pits. He did not have to tow. That way he will be able, he'll just have to go to the tail. Other than that, he will be able to keep going like nothing happened. Derek Jones is still your race leader over Stephen Metcalf, though. Derek Jones, this is his first ever Reigel Promotions event. Looking to go for 1 for 1. And follow in the suit of Miles Jansen, who we saw in the last 2 305 events go back-to-back in his first 2 ever starts. He was scheduled to race tonight, but did not make the field. We'll see if he shows up to tag the tail of one of the B mains tomorrow night. As they double file back up, that means we're going back racing this time. Halfway home in this one. It'll be 16 laps complete when they get to the line. Both of them run through the middle. Metcalf pulls the trigger, pulls a big slider, but that allows Jones to pull right back underneath of him. They make slight contact, but both of them keep it clean and green through 1 and 2. Metcalf not close enough to pull a slider in 3 and 4, so Jones powers around the outside once again. Heads right back to the bottom. Loses a little bit of ground as he hit the inside berm, though. As we get another 618 engraving and design caution. Looks like maybe David Baker or Isaac Bowman. It does look like David Baker maybe got into the wall coming out of turn 3 and 4. Seems like it all started with Jake Roya got together with somebody. They all kind of just checked up and it was an accordion effect. Yeah, as Ty just put in the chat, yeah, not his race tonight. Looks like he had also been caught up in that one, as you can see him going down pit road. Dirt Series Promotions pit road at that. We still got more sponsors to talk about. Which we had the Donnie Batiste Consultant Most Popular Driver Award, which will be awarded at the end of the year for the driver that receives the most votes. They will get a custom trophy. And Right Rear Racing presents the Paint Scheme of the Year Award, which will be featured on the 2026 schedule flyer for the 305 series. And the Shock Eye Racing Performance presents the Most Improved Driver Award, and they will receive a custom trophy. And Triplet Motors does the Mr. Clean Driver Award, which the driver with the least amount of incident points at the end of the year will receive $15. As we are ready to go back racing once again. This will be our last double file restart of the night, as we're just over 10 laps to go. A lot of the drivers up front head to the middle to the bottom, as Metcalf going to blink out, but he tried another slider but was not close enough this time. Ryan Field and Bradley Wilson now worked themselves up from deep in the field to be third and fourth. You see their team cars by the symbolism on the top of their wing. As they're right behind Metcalf, but we get another 618 engraving caution. Looks like maybe Jake, looks like Zachary Good and Tom Main have come together. Thought maybe it was Jake Roy up there for a second because of the car color, but and you see they just came together there off of turn 3 and 4. Main gets a little sideways and Good was coming up the track. Neither one of them had probably any idea they were there. So just like when you're driving in a car on the highway, just because they have mirrors does not mean that they can actually see each other. There are still blind spots. See, Tom Main will take it down Dirt Series Promotions pit road. I don't think he's been in a crash yet, so he should be able to get a fast repair and come right back out. I think he's pulling too far ahead in his pit stall, trying to find the right spot. Derek Jones still has held off Metcalf every single time so far, but we have seen it many times in these races before. You can only hold off someone so many times before you can't keep them guessing anymore. Tomorrow night we'll be back in action at 8 p.m. Eastern as 8:15. The first B main will be going green flag racing. Derek Jones jumps on the gas pedal once again. Come back here quick. Nicholas Moley and Connor Hembry are battling there for the 5th spot. Fred Hoffman running 7th. 8th is Jake Roya. 9th, Dalton Shear, all the way from the, I believe, the 19th starting spot to running 9th. He may be up there for the Mama Bear Hard Charger Award for the night. And David Baker, after getting involved in that crash earlier on, he's still running inside the top 10. Back up front, Derek Jones has a little bit over a half a second lead to second place, Stephen Metcalf. As we are now just 4 laps to go in this one. So now the track is getting similar to what it was last night, where the bottom in 1 and 2 is gripped up and where you want to be, and in 3 and 4, the top side is pretty dominant. See if we can find some battles here as we're about to take the white flag. But Dean Reynolds is there battling with the 96 of Jordan Navarro right outside the top 10. As Derek Jones will go through turn number 3 and 4 and pick up his first ever Reigel Promotions Esports event. Saw Connor Hembry there. Looks like there might have been some contact, but once the once the white flag comes out, nothing you can do after that. Stephen Metcalf finishes second. Third, Ryan Field. Those are the 3 drivers that we will talk to in just a few moments. And Bradley Wilson finishes 4th and 5th. Looks like the 13 of Fred Hoffman. Full rundown of your field, as Dean Reynolds, as always, has to photobomb the top 3 victory lane photo. Tell you what, though, heck of a run out of the 115 to Dalton Shear, 19th to 6th in this one. Jake Roya finishes 7th, 8th David Baker, 9th Dean Reynolds, 10th Jordan Navarro, 11th Trevor Trago, 12th Connor Baker, 13th Donnie Watts, 14th Ty Dickinson, 15th Justin Walbring, 16th Austin String, 17th Isaac Bowman, 18th Douglas Halsey, 19th Nicholas Moley, 20th the 20 of Connor Hembry, 21st of Tom Main, and 22nd the 18 of Zachary Good. As we'll see if any of the drivers are in the broadcast waiting room, waiting to be talked to. It does look like we have all three of them. So we'll start with Derek Jones, your race winner. Hey Derek, how you doing?
Good.
Heck of a run tonight. Picked up your first win, and definitely got to be putting yourself in a good spot for tomorrow night.
Yeah, hope so.
It had to have been a lot of fun there to be battling with Stephen Metcalf for the majority of the race.
Yeah, it was really fun. I don't really know how my car stuck on the bottom that well. I kind of surprised myself there.
The track was a little bit different tonight than it was last night. But at the end, that was the way it was majority of the night last night, where the bottom in 1 and 2 was where you wanted to be, and then the top in 3 and 4 was very good as well.
Yeah, cushion was terrifying. Just about died the one time.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank for your race win tonight?
Just Sean Price and Landon Goss, who helped me build my setups and helped me get a lot better at the game.
Well, thank you for running tonight, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
All right, that was your race winner, Derek Jones in car number 7. Now we'll get a word with the 707 of Stephen Metcalf, who just came up just a little bit short tonight. Hey, Stephen, how you doing?
Could have been better, Andrew, but we made it through the feature.
Yeah, I mean, you still had a good night. You had a good qualifying, and you moved up quite a bit in the heat race, so you got to be definitely locked in at the very least.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That's all that matters to me after tonight.
Yeah, at least don't have to show up early and run a B main tomorrow.
Exactly.
Is there anything you think you could have done to be able to pull out the win?
To be honest, I really don't know if there was anything better. It's 𝐒𝐮𝐬, and there's not a lot of passing. If I had somebody in my ear, and they were telling me the best way to pass was to throw a slider in 3 and 4 and park it on his nose. But with me still running top 2 and not having a problem with 3rd or 4th, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it safe, keep it under control, keep the tires on all 4, and just finish the feature and see what I could do. I don't remember when Derek passed me, but when Derek passed me, it was just nothing I could do other than try to force him off the line. Force him off the line in 1 and 2 and scare him, but that kid, he held it pretty well, and I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it's I know you watched last night. I felt like the track was a little bit different in the beginning of the feature, but it ended up being about what it was last night. Still good racing, but definitely had the preferred lines in each corner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank for tonight's second place finish?
I want to thank Aiden Beerline and RTB for always sticking with me, for always sticking by my side, no matter what league I'm running, 305s, 360s, 410s, anything. Rise of Sim Sports, all of my guys over there that were in the Discord or in the stream watching tonight. I appreciate you guys and letting me be your little owner. And Metcalf Photography, that's myself. I really want to just put it out there. If you guys need some photos at any time, no matter what, road course, asphalt, dirt road, anything, I'll hook you up. JP Media, my boy Jesse, appreciate you and everything you do at Knoxville Raceway every weekend. And that's about it. It's all the sponsors I got.
Well, same as always. Good run tonight, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Andrew. Have a good one.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Stephen Metcalf. Should be sitting pretty good for tomorrow night's big 40 lap feature. I will get a word with the 81 of Ryan Field. Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Honestly, where did you start in that feature?
I started ninth.
I thought you started. I know you didn't start in the top 6. I knew that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good run there from ninth all the way up to third. Yeah, I mean, by the end of it, I don't think I really had anything for the guys in front of me, but happy to bring it home third. You know, also had a good run in the heat from 7th to 3rd as well. So, I'm fine with a P3 in both. That should be hopefully enough points to lock myself in.
Yeah, I would think so, because yeah, you had a pretty good qualifying effort.
Oh no, it was terrible qualifying.
Well, I mean, you did better than some guys.
Yeah, a couple, but yeah, I could have done better in qualifying, but made up for it with some risky passes in the heat, and luckily enough to finish third in the feature.
Was there anyone you want to thank for your third place run?
Yeah, I want to thank one of 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐞𝐭'𝐬, OG Gear, Brad, my teammate, finished right behind me, and Trevor as well for racing tonight. I'm not sure where he finished, but just all the teammates that were running.
Looks like he finished 11th.
That's not too bad. Trevor's not really as much of a dirt guy. I mean, he runs some dirt, but a finish is a finish, and to keep the nose clean and finish decently is not bad at a difficult track like 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐞𝐬.
Yeah, it is definitely not for the weak, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a tough one.
Well, thanks for running, and good luck tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
As your third place finisher, Ryan Field. And I would say overall, great racing tonight here at the Houston Speedway. We're definitely going to be in for a treat come tomorrow night when we finally crown our second annual RPES 305 Nationals champion. Don't forget, though, in a few weeks, we will be in action with the Dickinson Challenge on June 24th with 358 Modifieds at Knoxville. And then Wednesday, June 25th, with the NASCAR trucks at Auto Club Speedway. Both those should be a lot of fun, and come out and join the action for a good cause as well. And then next month, I would say the big boys in air quotes, the 360 Nationals will be July 7th through the 9th. We already have nearly 30 cars entered, so we're going to be well past the 65 that we had for the 305 Nationals, I am sure. But tomorrow night, first B main will be live right here on Reigel Promotions Esports at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. And then following the conclusion of that, we will go to the next session for the second B main. And then at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, that is when we will go green flag racing for the 40 lap 305 Nationals feature. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.